Live from the drama-free true crime destination. No fluff, no filler, just the bites, breakdowns, and bold truth you need. This is the Midweek Bite. And a good Wednesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Midweek Bite here at the drama-free true crime destination. I'm Ernest Bethea, the last outlaw. So good to have you as always. And this evening, it may be a short edition, but we've got enough stories to cover for a good midweek. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing started with actor Shia LaBeouf being arrested again on a battery charge in New Orleans. Yep, this guy does not seem to stay out of trouble. Actor Shia LaBeouf, who was arrested and charged excuse me, let me get myself together here, untie my tongue. Actor Shia LaBeouf, who was arrested and charged with battery after police say he punched several people outside a New Orleans bar earlier this month, was arrested again on this past Saturday and charged with one additional misdemeanor count of simple battery, according to court records. LaBeouf's attorney said in a statement that his arrest is connected to a February 17th brawl outside the Royal Street Inn and R Bar near the French Quarter, for which LaBeouf had previously been arrested. In that case, LaBeouf is accused of repeatedly using homophobic slurs while hitting multiple people during Mardi Gras celebrations. LaBeouf's attorney, Sarah Chervinsky, said when they learned New Orleans police issued a new arrest warrant Friday, LaBeouf voluntarily turned himself in to the Orleans Parish Jail. No regular person would be required to post over $100,000 in bonds and be jailed 2 separate times for one misdemeanor incident, Chervinsky said. Just as he does not deserve preferential treatment, Mr. LaBeouf does not deserve to be treated more harshly by police and courts just because he's a public figure. Telephone and email messages left Saturday with New Orleans police were not immediately returned. In the February 17th incident, a video shows a shirtless LaBeouf shoving one person to the ground and hitting another person in the face, causing his bloody nose to dislocate, according to a New Orleans police report. Jeffrey Dammit. I'm sorry, guys, but the name did me in. Jeffrey Dammit, a well-known local entertainer who police identified as Jeffrey Klein in the incident report, said he was one of the people attacked by LaBeouf. He hit me. He connected a few times with punches. He pushed me a few times, Dammit told the Associated Press. Jeffrey Dammit. LaBeouf just got nuts trying to start fights and telling the entertainer and others that he would beat him up, Dammit said. He added that LaBeouf had pushed him from behind at the bar earlier that night, shouting homophobic slurs and threatening his life. Dammit and others subdued LaBeouf and tried to get him to leave the area, but he would not leave and became more aggressive, according to Dammit and the police report. Police arrived at the bar around 12:45 a.m. on the morning of the city's infamous Fat Tuesday revelry and arrested LaBeouf. LaBeouf has not entered a plea and declined to talk to reporters on Thursday after a New Orleans judge ordered him to return to drug and alcohol rehabilitation. During that hearing, Chervinsky told the judge, frankly, being drunk on Mardi Gras is not a crime. Okay, guys, I'm trying to get myself together here after the name Jeffrey. Damn it. Okay, let's get serious. These are the core facts of the case. A 39-year-old Shia LaBeouf arrested a second time in the same month in New Orleans and charged with additional count of simple battery. The new charge tied to the same Mardi Gras brawl on February 17th, where he allegedly assaulted multiple people and used homophobic slurs. For those just jumping in on this case, the details from the incident on February 17th has a video showing Shia LaBeouf shoving one person to the ground and punching another in the face, reportedly causing a possible nose dislocation. The witness, Jeffrey Dammit, legal name Jeffrey Klein, a local entertainer, says LaBeouf hit him multiple times, pushed him, and threatened him. Witnesses say LaBeouf was aggressive, tried to start fights, repeatedly used homophobic slurs. Bystanders attempted to restrain him, but he continued escalating until police arrived around 12:45 a.m. on Fat Tuesday. The new arrest warrant is for the same fight, apparently, for an additional victim from the same fight. LaBeouf turned himself into the Orleans Parish Jail after learning of the warrant. He was charged with one more misdemeanor count of simple battery. His attorney argues that he is being treated more harshly because he's a public figure. Judge Simone Levine set a $100,000 bond, and Shia LaBeouf was ordered to undergo drug testing, enroll in substance abuse treatment. And he did take a drug and alcohol test in court and then sprinted away from reporters after posting bond. In an interview released the same day as his second arrest, LaBeouf admitted his behavior was, quote, on me. I messed up, end quote. Said he takes 1,000% responsibility. Denied having a drinking problem, saying he doesn't believe rehab is the answer for him. The legal status shows that Shia LaBeouf has not entered a plea. His attorney maintains that being drunk on Mardi Gras is not a crime, but the allegations involve physical assault, not intoxication alone. And yes, this is a pattern. Let me hit this real quick. All right. He has a documented history of arrests, including public drunkenness, disorderly conduct, aggressive or erratic behavior, and his 2017 Georgia arrest is often cited as part of this ongoing problem. Like I said, right at the beginning of this, Shia LaBeouf just does not know how to keep himself out of trouble, and that's never ever a good thing. We're gonna go to our next story in this short docket, where a missing 13-month-old baby was found crying in an impounded car at a tow lot. Yeah, a man taken into custody in connection with the incident one day after the baby was found. Here's what you need to know before we get to the article itself. A 13-month-old baby was reported missing on Saturday, February 28th, last day of February. The child was located later that day, left a car which was towed to an impound lot. Monday, March 2nd, a man was taken into custody in connection with the case, and authorities are investigating potential criminal charges. Here's how this all plays out. 13-month-old baby was found abandoned in a car at a Michigan impound lot on Saturday, February 28th. The baby was reported missing to the Detroit Police Department, or DPD. A DPD detective began the investigation, later suspecting the child was left in the father's car that was towed to an East Point, Michigan impound lot on Saturday, February 28th, according to WWJ 950. Shout out to them. On Monday, March 2nd, a man was taken into custody in connection with the incident as authorities investigate potential criminal charges. The DPD detective then contacted the Harper Woods Police Department or HWPD, according to Fox 2 in Detroit. Shout out to them as well. The HWPD confirmed that the car was towed due to being abandoned, improperly parked, and on the prohibited side of the street, and blocking a resident's driveway. Officials said that the towing service did not do a thorough check of the car because it was reportedly locked, according to CBS News. DPD and HWPD officers were dispatched to the tow yard, where the crying child was found in the car's back seat. The child was taken to a local hospital in stable condition, and Child Protective Services was contacted. People reached out to the Detroit Police Department and the Harper Woods Police Department for comment, but they were unavailable at that time. So now, before I go to break this thing down, I am going to go straight to my captions real quick, and I am going to bring this up because this is always something everyone needs to get a hold of. Child deserves abandonment, maltreatment, or just flat out abuse. If you or someone you know knows of any child who is being abused, you are asked to call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. There are many people ready to help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? And they're willing to help right now. That number, if I can pull it back, is 1-800-4-A-CHILD, 1-800-422-4453, or go to www.childhelp.org. Again, all calls are toll-free and confidential, and the hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in more than 170 languages. Ladies and gentlemen, no child deserves to be abused. Call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. Again, that number is 1-800-4-A-CHILD, 1-800-422-4453, or go to www.childhelp.org. Now let's break this down. 13-month-old found in a car tow lot. It was a 13-month-old girl who was found. The discovery happened after the child had been reported missing to Detroit police. The car belonged to the child's father and had been towed the previous day after being found abandoned and improperly parked in Harper Woods. Police believe the child was alone in the vehicle for hours before being found. She was taken to a hospital and is expected to fully recover. Thank God for that. A Detroit Police Department detective was investigating the missing child report or had contacted the Harper Woods police. HWPD officers confirmed the father's vehicle had been impounded while locked, preventing a full inventory. Officers from both departments went to the East Point tow yard and found the toddler crying in the back seat. Neighbors had previously noticed the car awkwardly parked and reported it, leading to the tow. They saw a car seat inside but did not realize a baby was present. Again, as far as the condition of the child goes, the toddler was crying but conscious. She was taken to a local hospital, found to be in stable condition, thank God for that, and expected to fully recover after medical evaluation. Temperatures in the area range from the mid 50s during the day to the high 40s at night, conditions that could still pose danger to a child left in a closed vehicle for extended periods. Law enforcement's response has one person to be connected to the incident. Child Protective Services has opened the case, and multiple agencies, including in Detroit, Harper Woods, and East Point, are coordinating to determine how did the child end up in the car, why the child was not discovered during the tow, and whether criminal charges should be filed. East Point police emphasized that their department had no prior contact with the vehicle before the discovery and that the car had been towed from another city. So, as the investigation continues, authorities are now examining whether the father knowingly left the child in the vehicle, why the towing company did not detect the child, whether procedural failures contributed to the oversight, whether neglect or abandonment charges are appropriate, and how long the child was inside the vehicle before being found. A charging decision is expected soon. Next, this is a doozy. A teacher at an elite California private school is accused of taking secret and intimate pictures of underage female students. First, let me dip over here. No noise in my chats. That's good. All right. According to Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan J. Hodgman, the accusations in this case are disgusting and deliberate violations of children's safety, dignity, and rights. Here's what you need to know. A teacher at an elite private school in Calabasas, California, is accused of taking intimate pictures of underage female students, according to prosecutors. 39-year-old Travis Takashi Shojinaga. I got a feeling I'm going to get this one right as I go through this article. 39-year-old Travis Takashi Shojinaga was arrested on February 25th after an 11-year-old claimed that he had secretly been taking pictures of girls. He has pleaded not guilty to all the charges and is being held on $1 million bond. Let's break this down. A longtime teacher at an elite private school in California is facing criminal charges of secretly taking intimate pictures of at least 4 female students, according to prosecutors. 39-year-old Travis Takashi Shojinaga of Silmar was arrested on Wednesday, February 25th on the campus of Viewpoint School in Calabasas and charged with 1 felony count of possession of child sexual abuse material and 4 misdemeanor counts of annoying or molesting a child under 18, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office. Shojinaga was taken into custody after an 11-year-old student reported that Shojinaga was secretly taking inappropriate photographs of female students. That's according to a statement from the LA County the LA County District Attorney's Office. According to the Sheriff's Office, detectives began investigating allegations that Shojinaga was taking inappropriate photographs of underage children without their knowledge. Shojinaga was a teacher at the K through 12 school for 10 years, according to the DA's office. In the course of his time here, he has had contact with numerous juveniles, the sheriff's office added, noting that Viewpoint School has been cooperative and he is no longer employed at the school. In a statement to People magazine, school officials said Viewpoint School continues working closely and cooperating with law enforcement as they investigate these disturbing events. The law firm of O'Melveny and Myers, the statement continued, has been retained to conduct an independent investigation facilitated by campus safety and security. The objective will be to fully help understand the to be to fully help us understand what occurred and to identify what steps we can take to ensure this doesn't happen again. The safety and well-being of our students, families, teachers, and entire community remain our highest priority. On Friday, February 27th, Shojinaga was arraigned and pleaded not guilty to the charges. He is being held on $1 million bail as he awaits his next court date on March 12th, which is next Friday. No, I take that back. That's next Thursday. If convicted, Shojinaga faces 7 years in state prison and will also be required to register as a sex offender for life, according to prosecutors. Speaking about the case, LA County District Attorney Nathan J. Hodgman said the accusations in this case are disgusting and deliberate violations of children's safety, dignity, and rights. Our community schools are meant to be safe and protected environments for youth. We believe there may be more victims and encourage anyone with information to call law enforcement. Anyone who chooses to commit crimes against children, especially on a school campus, will be criminally prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, he said. That's a statement coming from his office. It is unclear whether Shojinaga has retained an attorney who can speak on his behalf. Per authorities, if anyone in the LA area who may have been a victim or has additional information regarding Travis Shojinaga you're urged to contact Sergeant Joe Serta at the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department's Special Victims Bureau. That number is 562 946 8216. 562 946 8216. Anyone wishing to remain anonymous can call LA Regional Crime Stoppers at 1 800 222 TIPS, 1 800 222 8477, or visit www.lacrimestoppers.org. Any information you have can be beneficial as to how the LA County District Attorney's Office can proceed with getting justice for those students. All right, let's get an overview of this case. 39-year-old Travis Takashi Shojinaga. I've been having a hard time with that name all throughout that whole entire article. He's a longtime teacher at Viewpoint School, an elite K through 12 private school in Calabasas, California. He's been charged with secretly photographing underage female students in what prosecutors describe as secret and intimate images. He worked at the school for 10 years and was arrested on campus.
Here's the forecast tomorrow. Look for showers with a high of 50 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 44 degrees.
And that was my echo with the weather report for tomorrow. Anyway, Shojinaga worked at the school for 10 years and was arrested on campus on February 25th, 2026. The allegations surfaced after an 11-year-old student reported that Shojinaga was taking inappropriate photos of girls without their knowledge. Here's all the charges that he's facing. 1 felony count of possession of child abuse material, and 4 misdemeanor counts of child molestation. If convicted, he faces up to 7 years in state prison and a lifetime sex offender registration. Prosecutors requested he be held without bail, but the judge did set bail at $1 million. The allegations came to light when the 11-year-old student noticed Shojinaga secretly photographing female classmates and reported it to school staff. Deputies arrested him on campus, and investigators later uncovered additional images and evidence suggesting there may be more victims. Prosecutors emphasized the photos were taken without consent in ways intended to capture intimate areas of the girls' bodies. Viewpoint School has terminated Shojinaga's employment and is cooperating fully with investigators. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is urging additional victims or witnesses to come forward. Crime Stoppers has been activated for anonymous reporting, and the school has also launched its own internal review of safety protocols and staff oversight. This case highlights several systemic issues. There's the breach of trust. Teachers at elite private schools often have close, unsupervised access to students. There's the oversight gaps. Private schools may have less regulatory oversight than public institutions. There's delayed detection. Alleged misconduct occurred over years, raising questions about reporting culture and monitoring. Prosecutors stress that the schools must be safe and protected environments, and calling the accusations disgusting and deliberate violations of children's dignity and rights. And I'm not I've only gone by what I just read, but I happen to agree with those statements. All right, coming up, I can file this under the old phrase, I love it when a plan comes together. An injector who claimed to be a doctor arrested by undercover cops during a fake Botox appointment. This is going to be good. We're going to Miami for this one. Mailing Maya Giraldo, charged with practicing healthcare without a license. Youch. Here's what you need to know. Miami injector Mailing Maya Giraldo was arrested at her studio on February 19th by undercover cops during a Botox appointment. The 31-year-old was charged with practicing healthcare without a license. An investigation also revealed that Maya Giraldo was allegedly in possession of an unregulated drug. A Miami injector was arrested by undercover cops during a fake Botox appointment. On February 19th, Mailing Maya Giraldo, age 31, was taken into custody and later charged with practicing healthcare without a license, possession of a drug with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver, and misrepresenting a license, according to court records viewed by People magazine. The court documents also state that Maya Giraldo entered a written plea of not guilty. Per the arrest affidavit, Maya Giraldo operated her business from the Instagram account at mailing.static, which included the title of doctor in her bio. The page included videos of herself performing cosmetic procedures such as Botox injections, lip filler, and endolift laser treatments. Maya Giraldo was arrested during a boat which was scheduled over Instagram direct message by an undercover agent identified as N. Joseph, a medical quality insurance investigator with the Florida Department of Health. The injector charged Joseph $450, which the agent paid. The injector allegedly requested a photo of Joseph via direct message and advised that she needed Botox in her forehead to, quote, eliminate your wrinkles and expression lines, end quote. after lidocaine had been applied, but before the treatment could begin. Medical crime squad entered the building after an unspecified takedown signal was given. Maya Giraldo was then asked if she had practiced medicine in Florida or elsewhere in the United States. The injector allegedly responded that she did not, but she had certain certificates to inject Botox. Per the affidavit, further investigation found that the vial Maya Giraldo was going to inject Joseph with contained Toxta, which functions similarly to Botox but is a foreign and unapproved product from South Korea and cannot be dispensed in the United States. Uh, Maya Giraldo was transported to the Miami-Dade County Jail. Further court records, her arraignment date is scheduled for April 20th. Oh man, this was. Whew, I don't know exactly how to file this one, but it was foolish. No matter how you look at it. Here's what happened. Let's break this back down again. All right. 31-year-old Maya Giraldo was arrested by Miami-Dade investigators after she allegedly posed as a doctor and prepared to inject an undercover agent with what she claimed was Botox. The appointment was arranged through Instagram, where she advertised herself as a doctor and promoted cosmetic procedures. Then she got stung. An undercover medical quality assurance investigator booked a $450 Botox appointment through Instagram. Maya Giraldo requested a selfie and recommended forehead injections for wrinkles and expression lines. At the appointment, she wiped the agent's makeup, applied lidocaine, and began preparing a vial. Detectives entered on a takedown signal before the third. Maya Giraldo admitted she had no medical license in Florida or in the United States. From what the article told us, we know the vial did not contain actual Botox, but something called Toxta, which is an unapproved South Korean product that functions like Botox, but it's illegal to dispense here in the United States. So she's facing practicing healthcare without a license, possession of a drug with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver, and misrepresenting a medical license on Instagram. She's entered a not guilty plea and her arraignment is set for April 20. Now, honestly, I don't know what she was thinking, if she was thinking at all. But the bottom line now is that she could end up doing some time for what she pulled off, or attempted to pull off, I should say. Next up, this one I'm trying to decide whether I should put the trigger warning up at the bottom of your screen. And now that I've read that article earlier, I think I'm going to do just that. Okay, let me go ahead and get that set up, and I can go ahead and get that article going. All right. All right. The trigger warning should be coming across your screen in a matter of moments. There we go. All right. Let's get to the next story on the docket. Michigan parents starving two boys. And a doctor testifies you could see every rib in this case. Severely malnourished 9-year-old as Michigan parents accused of torture. Here's everything you need to know. We have Arturo Bazan Perez, Dulce Crystal Bazan Castillo, and Carlos Bazan Hernandez, each charged with first-degree child abuse and torture. A 9-year-old weighed 33 pounds and suffered cardiac arrest due to malnutrition, while his 11-year-old sibling weighed only 43 pounds. During court testimony, a doctor said of the 9-year-old that you could see every rib on both sides. Yeah, I was right to put that trigger warning up because this will mess your mind up. A Michigan couple and their adult son are accused of starving and torturing two young boys, including a 9-year-old who weighed just 33 pounds and suffered cardiac arrest due to malnutrition, authorities say. Arturo Bazan Perez, Dulce Crystal Bazan Castillo, and their adult son, Carlos Bazan Hernandez, are each charged with first-degree child abuse and torture in connection with the treatment of two boys ages 9 and 11, according to an Oakland County Sheriff's Office press release. The investigation began on November 17, 2025, after hospital staff alerted deputies that they were performing CPR on a severely underweight 9-year-old who had bruises on his body. The child had no pulse, was intubated, and later airlifted to another hospital for specialized care, according to the release. Authorities later discovered the boy's 11-year-old sibling, who was also severely malnourished and weighed 43 pounds, which is roughly 30 to 40 pounds below the average weight for a child his age, according to the sheriff's office. Investigators said the boys had been unenrolled from school in September and were fed sporadic meals of rice. They were also confined to a bedroom where the windows were screwed shut and the glass was painted so they could not see outside, according to the sheriff's office. At a February 27th preliminary hearing, Bazan Perez and Castillo waived their right to a preliminary examination and were advanced to circuit court, according to Fox 2 Detroit, WDIV, and the Oakland Press. Shout out to all three outlets. Their adult son proceeded with the hearing, which included testimony from doctors describing the younger child's condition in stark terms, according to those outlets. Bazan Hernandez reportedly told one of the doctors that he subjected his children to military discipline, including jumping jacks and push-ups. According to one physician's court testimony, he allegedly said that the boys ate 3 meals a day, but the physician said that this was inconsistent with their physical state. The 9-year emaciated, skin and bones, Dr. Peter Garrett testified, according to Fox 2. Another physician told the court that front and back, you visibly with your eyes. His back, you could see each individual vertebra on the younger child's body. Again, that's according to Fox 2. When asked whether someone in that condition could perform exercises, she responded, "No, he absolutely could not. It horrifies me to think he was asked to do that," according to the outlet. All three defendants remain in custody without bond, according to the sheriff's office. Two other children, ages 1 and 4, were found in the home appearing healthy and were removed by Child Protective Services, according to the sheriff's office. Thank God for that. Because that is the kind of thing I was telling you about earlier, ladies and gentlemen. No child deserves that. So once again, I implore you, if you or someone you know or some child you know is being abused and you feel you can't do anything, I've got news for you. Yes, you can. You're asked to call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. That number once again is 1-800-4-A-CHILD. 1-800-422-4453. Every time you dial this number, you are saving the life of a child and sparing him or her from abuse, from neglect, from torture. Again, I tell you that there's help available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in more than 170 languages. I can't stress this any further. No child deserves that kind of abuse or torture. Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. It's there for you. Report this information. Call 1-800-4-A-CHILD, 1-800-422-4453, or go to www.childhelp.org. It is sickening to report on. This is just the core facts that I'm reading back. I don't even need to go any further. I don't think I even need to go any further than these core facts. 3 family members: Arturo Bazan Perez, Dulce Crystal Bazan Castillo, and their adult son Carlos Bazan Hernandez, charged with first-degree child abuse and torture after 2 boys ages 9 and 11 were found severely malnourished in Pontiac, Michigan. The 9-year-old weighed just 33 pounds. 33 pounds. Let me dig up a little information real quick, just to be sure. Just hold tight for a minute, guys. Yep, just as I thought. Just as I thought. According to the information I just dug up, the average weight for a 9-year-old boy is approximately 63 pounds, with a normal range typically falling between 48 and 94. This 9-year-old weighed just 33 pounds. 33 pounds. And the doctors testified that you could see every rib on both sides. His 11-year-old, the 11-year-old sibling weighed 43 pounds, which is roughly 30 pounds below average for his age. These monsters. Okay. Uh, according to further medical testimony, the doctors described just the 9-year-old alone. They described him as near death, severely and prolongedly maltreated, and showing signs consistent with physical and psychological torture. One pediatrician said she had treated malnourished children overseas and had never seen a child as emaciated as this boy. As far as the conditions in the home, the investigators found out that the boys were unenrolled from school since September. They were fed sporadic meals of rice, and the bedroom, as I mentioned, was screwed shut and painted over so they couldn't see outside. They were subjected to military discipline, including forced exercise as punishment. CPS had received 8 prior reports since 2022. You mean they got all these reports and couldn't or didn't do anything until now? The parents waived their preliminary examination and were bound over to circuit court. The adult son proceeded with his hearing, where the medical testimony was presented. All 3 faced multiple counts of first-degree child abuse and torture. And in my opinion, all 3 monsters deserve to be put under the jail. Under the jail. Okay. I'm going to turn the trigger warning off for now. But I got a feeling before this midweek bite is over with, I will have to turn it right back on. Coming up, an Arizona mother of 7. Arizona mother of 7 fatally shot on her doorstep after returning from her evening walk. Wow. 32-year-old Maria Ernestina Lewis shot dead on the evening of February 28th in Mesa, Arizona. Here's all you need to know. The 32-year-old was a mother of 7. She was shot dead in Mesa, Arizona around 2:30 a.m. on February 28th. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office lists her cause of death as homicide according to online records. The Mesa Police Department has yet to identify a suspect or announce any arrests in the case. According to the article, an Arizona mother of 7 was shot to death early Saturday, February 28th, and was discovered dead when officers responded to a welfare check at a residence. Mesa police were dispatched around 2:30 a.m. to a home near Ray Road in Southeast Mesa, where officers located 32-year-old Maria Ernestina Lewis with a gunshot wound. This is all according to reports from Fox 10 Phoenix, Arizona's Family, and KPNX, citing police. She was pronounced dead at the scene, according to those outlets. According to KPNX and 12 News, her body was found on the doorstep of a neighbor's home. Arizona's Family reported that the paver, steps, and a doorbell camera were missing from the porch early on Monday. The Maricopa County Examiner's Office lists Lewis's manner of death as a homicide, according to online records reviewed by People Magazine. This is the home where they found her. Authorities have not identified a suspect or announced any arrests, according to those outlets. Investigators have also declined to release details about what led to the gunfire, saying the investigation remains ongoing. Lewis's husband, Albert Mendeville, told KPNX that his wife had gone for a walk shortly before police arrived. I see red and blue lights on the back of the apartments, and I came running out and looked over. That's when police pulled me back, Mendeville said. He told the outlet that investigators confirmed Lewis had died, but that he does not know what happened. She was an amazing woman. She was bright, had a beautiful his wife, who he said he had known since childhood. We had a good life together. According to a GoFundMe established by Lewis's family to cover funeral costs and legal fees, her children range from 2 to 12 years old. Neighbor Luz Guerrera told Arizona's Family that she always saw Lewis taking care of her kids. I'm sick and my stomach is like this, and it's like I can't believe it, she said. My heart goes out to that family, neighbor David Barney told the outlet. Police said additional information would be released as it becomes available, according to outlets. So the bottom line with this story, there's 7 children right now that is without their mother. Maria Ernestina Lewis was a mother of 7 found fatally shot on the doorstep of a neighbor's home in Mesa, Arizona around 2:30 a.m. February 28th. Her husband told reporters she had stepped out for a short walk in their quiet neighborhood. About 30 minutes later, he saw police lights outside and learned she had been killed. Here's what police know and don't know, according to that article. Officers responded to a welfare check and found Lewis dead from a gunshot wound. Maricopa County Medical Examiner has ruled the manner of death a homicide. Police have not identified a suspect, made an arrest, or released details about what led to the shooting. A neighbor identified by sources as a state investigator reportedly told police the shooting was an accident, but officials have not confirmed that publicly. Detectives say the investigation is active and ongoing. Lewis leaves behind 6 daughters and 1 son, ages 2 to 12. Her husband described her as an amazing woman, bright, with a beautiful smile. Neighbors say the area is normally peaceful and they are stunned by the violence. A GoFundMe has been created to support the family. And all I can say is that, like I said, there's 7 children that is going to be without their mother, and there are 8 people in that family hoping that justice will come swiftly. Next up, a husband fatally shot his wife at a hospital after she had just given birth, and then he turns the gun on himself. They were reportedly identified as Kenneth William Terry Jr. and Precious Johnson. Kenneth Terry and reportedly shot and killed his wife Precious Johnson in the hospital shortly after she gave birth. Terry then turned the gun on himself and died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The incident occurred at a hospital in Homewood, Alabama. Okay, here's the break. Here's the story in its entirety. An Alabama man fatally shot his wife shortly after she gave birth before turning the gun on himself in an apparent murder-suicide. Police in Homewood, Alabama said they responded to a shooting at a women's center of Brookwood Hospital on Sunday, March 1st. Once there, officers discovered that a woman who was a patient at the hospital and a man had both died from gunshot wounds. No one else was injured. Police believe the incident was a murder-suicide. According to outlets WVTM, WBRC, and AL.com, they report that the two deceased were identified as 24-year-old Precious Johnson and her husband, 19-year-old Kenneth William Terry Jr. Citing the WTVM reported that Johnson, who was shot multiple times by, had just had a baby. The outlet to Terry's mother, who said the couple having marital issues, that she didn't know her son was violent. The president of the Alabama Hospital Association spoke to WBRC in the aftermath of the incident. There are few places in our world where we should feel safe. Our church, and our homes, Howard said. Unfortunately, things happen and we do not feel safe anymore. We want to ensure the public that our hospitals and our health cares consider safety just as important as providing quality health care. And once again, this is one of those stories where get so far out of hand with somebody dying. In this case, two people. A man killing his wife and then turning the weapon on himself. Ladies and gentlemen, this message is for you. You do not have to be a victim or statistic of domestic violence. You do not have to be just another number in those stat categories. If you or someone you love is the victim of domestic violence, help is just a phone call away. You are asked to call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That number is 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-7233. Or go to www.thehotline.org. All calls are toll free and confidential. The hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in more than 170 languages. First time someone puts their hands on you, and in the same breath they say that's the last time hands on you. And besides, if they're doing that and trying to say I love you in the same breath, that doesn't add up. So once again, that number is 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-7233, or go to www.thehotline.org, or the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The newborn child, one thing they didn't say in the article, the newborn child survived, but is now an orphan. Homewood police described the incident as an apparent murder-suicide and domestic in nature. No one else in the hospital was injured. The hospital was placed on lockdown for several hours while officers secured the scene. Investigators have not released a motive, but family members told reporters the couple had been experiencing marital issues, though no one anticipated violence. In the broader context, domestic violence advocates note that pregnancy and the postpartum period are among the most dangerous times for women experiencing intimate partner violence. One Alabama advocate emphasized that homicide is the leading cause of death for pregnant and postpartum women in domestic violence contexts. Hospital security officials in Alabama say the incident has triggered a statewide enforcement of safety protocols, including screening procedures and access. And of and I honestly feel sorry for the child. I feel sorry for the child simply because now he's an orphan. No mom, no dad. At this moment, that child has no one. No one to care for him, no one to love him. Well, that might very well be that might very well change if someone actually steps up for that child. I pray that'll be the thing that actually give this story a happy ending. In the meantime, I am gonna say goodnight to you all. I am going to prep the end. I'm about to prep the end for this stream. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Drama Free True Crime Destination. Please be sure to follow Bethea'S Byte Reloaded all over social media. Me here this evening, and you guys are the heartbeat of Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. I thank you so much. You can always get in contact with me. Let's start this run like we normally do. If you liked everything you heard and saw tonight, I ask you to please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment to support the channel. It is a free way to support us. If you'd like to support us financially, that'd be great too. You can hit us up at PayPal at EKB316 or Cash App $EKB316. All the articles you've heard tonight came courtesy of either People Magazine crime section or your front row seat to justice, the original true crime obsession, Court TV. You can get in contact with me all over social media. I'm on Facebook at Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. I'm on X at EKB316, all caps. YouTube at Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. Instagram, EKB316, all lowercase. TikTok at King of Hearts 316 2021, or via email at kingofhearts316_09 at outlook.com. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. This is your home for true crime news without the drama, where your opinions matter, lively debates are encouraged, your voice is heard, and above all else, justice is served. And we can only do this one way with you. No gimmicks, no drama, and no BS. I'll be back tomorrow for the main event, and I've got a loaded lineup for that. So be here for it. I'll be here tomorrow afternoon. All right. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here, and I will see you tomorrow afternoon. Until then, this is Bethea'S Byte, and it's reloaded. Thank you so much for joining me here at the drama-free true crime destination. Please be sure to follow Bethea'S Byte Reloaded all over social media and support the channel through PayPal and Cash App. You can get your true crime news right here with no gimmicks, no drama, and no BS. This is Bethea'S Byte, and it's reloaded.